no, the bedroom goes back, dude. The bedroom goes real back. We are here. This is actually the first time. Listeners of the show know that we have since rented half of the studio to our friends who just live here.
Right.
But this is the first time they've been going about their business and are just in their living room listening to a podcast happen.
I feel like they should have free reign to pop in the way a roommate would.
That's true. Just fucking be like, did you take... Well, my roommates would be like, hey, did you see where my... Insert literally anything. Toilet paper. I mean, not that
hey, we need to have I would love to just talk real quick about the dish situation.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't want to be that guy, but like we all live here, man.
Dude. I am my podcast is a much better roommate than I am. Because I truly was. It's just reality.
Yeah.
I'm the guy who set the floor. I'm like broken window theory. Giuliani was like one broken window, and it's like just crime just happens.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's true of society, but in a fucking small apartment, one guy doesn't do his dishes.
Everything.
One guy leaves a fucking shirt on the ground, and believe me, I was the bad element in every single apartment I've ever been
I feel like I was always like, I gotta keep the living room clean just because that's the common area, but it would be like the kitchen would be the place where I'm like, I'm trying, but I cook and I bake all the time. So I'm just at a certain point, I'm like, you gotta accept it.
Of course,
you just gotta accept that that's gonna be that way.
We're talking communal goodies.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I would cook and use every fucking dish.
Yes.
I would use and they would be like 1.5 servings for me, and then I would be like, no one would get anything out of it, and it would just. So your two options were, I'm trying to be healthy. Let me fucking, make vegetables and use literally every pan we ever had, and then be pissed off because it wasn't so good and not really clean the fucking thing, or I'm ordering so much takeout that it's like the trash is just filled with it. There's a new bag of.
Do you feel like
trash.
that is a measurement of like how you're doing, where it's like I'm cooking a lot versus like I'm ordering takeout? I'm in a bad spot. So I feel like for me it is.
Absolutely. Well, there's no good spot.
Okay. We're at a 6 is the best.
Dude, literally for whenever I had like, I don't think, because me and Elders used to live together for a while. I don't know that I've ever been. I was going to say, I don't know that I've ever been mentally stable when I had roommates, but I don't know that I've just ever been mentally stable.
Sure.
Like, I think that's the reality.
Part and parcel for a comedian. It's we're doing the best when it's just like we're on stage a lot, but that's just because we're running from something.
100%. Love running from everything. Love being away from my thoughts.
Absolutely.
It stresses me out to be busy, but like when I see the calendar filling up, like the last couple of weeks I've been trying to like plan and take it easy. I'm useless. In the next couple of weeks where we fill up the calendar, I'll be pissed. I'll be like, oh, I'm so busy, but
and you have to talk about it like just like, God, I need a break, man. And
Totally.
It's also like, the second you get a break, it's like, what the fuck do I do? What do I do? I need a routine. Goddamn.
Yeah.
When the last time I was living with someone, I had a roommate through the pandemic, and it was like I was baking every day just as a thing. I needed a task. I needed a thing to do.
You were a baking guy during that. We all went different ways. You were a baking guy.
I was a baking guy a little bit before, and then a lot during the pandemic, and still a lot just I feel like it's like I keep saying it's like microdosing control, where I'm just like, I have this thing that I have a task with.
It's very precise too.
Yes, and it feels great. But I remember there was one day I came home, and my roommate at the time was just like, hey, I reorganized the kitchen. You're welcome. And I was like,
oh no,
you need to move out.
Oh no.
And I texted him like the next morning, just like, you remember how when we moved here, you told me that you were gonna look for your own place? And he was like, yeah, okay. And it was like, that was the breaking point for me. I was like, I actually need to be crazy in this one like square foot of the house.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
He was like, oh yeah, it's all good. Don't worry about the measuring cups. They're somewhere completely different.
He straight up was like, I was like, oh, where are like the spoon, like the big spoons? He's like, oh, I put them away. I didn't think you used them. I was like, the fuck you
What
mean?
about that banana bread you've been munching on every other day? You
that's
fucking
the thing.
piece
Also,
of shit.
I baked all the time for both of us and was like, oh, yeah, take this. And so the idea that he was just like, he's not using this. I'm like,
this would kill me.
I felt
Did
like
he ever cook?
Occasionally, but not really.
Wow.
It felt, I was like, that's the closest I'm going to get to feeling like how like a mother feels, where it's just like, you don't appreciate anything I do. You little shit.
Dude, that would fucking drive me insane.
Yeah.
I guess for me, the equivalent would be like, hey, I organized all the weed and video game controllers. I guess I'm trying to think like or if you like I put my pints in a different place of the freezer, that would piss me off.
Yeah.
I really was useless. I mean, I don't think I ever. On Christmas, I would buy a Christmas tree.
Like
that
for
was,
your
communally. That was.
I love that. I feel like I stopped. My parents, I'm always just like, hey, you come to California and visit me because I'm like, I want to decorate. I go home. They're like, hey, if you want to decorate, I'm like, I'm not decorating your house. So I'm like, you come to mine and I'll decorate my place. But it was like when I had a roommate, I was also just like, I'm decorating because I want to. I need to get in the festive season. He's just like, cool. Yeah, I'll accept it.
What were your roommates' setups? Were they like friends? Were they randoms? Was it like
ever since I've been in LA, it's been friends. It's been like really good friends, and then occasionally it's like my friend will be like 2 times it happened that it was like a friend would move to New York and then another like comedian would move in. And I feel like there was a time where it would be like, I think I'm like the good luck Chuck for comedians who then move to New York and I hear about them like, oh, they're doing really well. I'm like, God, that's great for them.
They eat your fucking scones and now all of a sudden they got a development deal.
Exactly.
What are your go-to baking? What are we talking about? What's your favorite thing to bake? What are some things you're excited about? Some new ones you want to throw in there? But what's like old reliable if you really had to wow someone with a baked good?
I feel like old reliable for me is like pies in general.
Ooh,
like my friend's mom, one Thanksgiving when I'd first met this friend, he introduced me to his mom's mango pie, which is now a recipe that's like in the New York Times, but it's like I've got it down to it, like it's in my brain. I can make it anytime.
Pie.
It's fucking good. It's like a custardy pie with like a graham cracker crust. Sometimes you make a ginger snap crust. It gives it a little kick.
Good God.
It's really good shit.
I might need a second. My dick is getting hard
let's
thinking about
Let's
mango.
go to a commercial break.
I've never even considered mango. You're fucking blowing my mind,
I didn't think about
Demi.
it either. And then you think it's like...
And it's a custard?
Yeah. Oh. It's like a gelatin. It's really good.
Good God, that's awesome. Where are they from? Where's that like from?
India.
Sick, dude.
It's really good.
All right, so mango...
mango pie.
If I came to a house and I saw a mango pie, something I haven't even heard of, and it's executed beautifully, that would be fun. And it's like... It's extra impressive because it's like you're not Indian.
Right.
Like when you've got a trick up your sleeve from a totally different culture.
Yes.
You're like, I'm a learned, world traveled man. I completely nailed their like a friend's cuisine.
Right.
And you've never heard of it. It's like you're scoring so many points.
Like, wow, this guy's so cultured. I'm just like, yes, I learned this in Eagle Rock. Yeah, I learned it 20 minutes down the road. But yes.
Yeah. Ooh, I love that. Yeah. The mango pie.
I love pies in general. I feel like when I get really excited when it's like a fruit pie that I can actually do like the lattice or shapes on top of, like an apple or a rhubarb.
Then you're really flexing.
That's really what it is. I love when it's like a friend's birthday and I'm like, I'm writing happy birthday on it in the pastry.
That's big.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, look, I don't want to tell you what to do. I don't even know what your situation is, but you kind of got your proposal ready to go. Will you marry me in fucking pie crust?
The thing is,
you gotta marry maybe a plus size gal. I don't know what your tastes are.
You know what? It's like that Louis Prima song, "The Bigger the Figure." It's like, I got a woman as big. It's like I'm feeding her. She loves it.
Honestly, dude, I would love to see you with a big. I think that's an awesome couple.
Yeah,
you and a big girl.
Yeah. Everyone's just like, he can't handle all that. I'm smiling back at them like, I can't. It's true.
That is a classic relationship. Yeah. Whenever you see like some people that are like mismatched physically, you're like, you're always like, what the fuck's going on there? And it's always something awesome.
Yeah, you're like, they're in
always
love.
Something so
like Danny
awesome.
DeVito and Rhea Perlman, you're like, they're in love.
Yeah. And they can save money on mattresses. They're in a twin XL. They got plenty of room.
Yeah.
You know,
the thing about like making like pies for women or something is like, you know that quote that's like, if he writes you a sonnet, he loves you. If he writes you 300 sonnets, he loves sonnets.
Oh,
it's like at this point, it's like such a thing that I do for myself that people are like, well, he does this. Yeah,
that's just a good point. Yeah, she would be like, "Oh, how many pies have you baked for other women?
Yeah,
you piece of shit."
Yeah, and the answer is a lot. Both platonically and romantically. A lot of times, I'll just be like, "Do you want a pie? I'm bored."
Yeah. Wow, dude, that's incredible stuff. I respect that. I dabbled in making my own pies for Thanksgiving years ago, and it was a nice experience. But I've never gone back. And maybe I'm more of a roast. I'm more of a meat guy.
Totally.
I'm going in there, but I would really love to add dessert to my repertoire, or at least get like 3 awesome things.
Yes.
Fuck, dude, you might have inspired me.
I feel like for Thanksgiving especially, there's a few things that you can do where it's like, this is easy and shareable, and you can show up with a thing and people be like, this is festive, but it doesn't feel like everyone's going to do it.
Yeah,
like a bar with some cranberry in it, or some sort of like...
a little twist on it.
Yeah, like something pumpkin, something pecan, something appley. Just you got so many fall flavors, you can just be like, I made this little thing and it looks so impressive.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Were you like a lick the spoon when mom was baking kid?
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
This is where it's all started.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm just trying to get back to that. Just like, like, this will fix me if I can just get back to those primal days of being 6.
Oh, dude, licking the spoon. I have a memory. One of my literally best fucking Christmas memories is like, my mom would make like, she makes these like honey olive oil cookies that are incredible. And she'll but like they're not that great. They're not really lick the spoon fodder or whatever. And one year she decided to make like a more custardy based like dessert. We call it galactobureko, and she'll throw it in there too. And I fucked that thing up. I fucked all the like extra custard. I just had a bowl of extra custard. Yeah. As like, that was my dinner. And then like I came back maybe 3 hours later, and we had a basement set up. Where it was like in our kitchen, there was like a shitty TV where we used to play like video games, and we would like, and you would just kind of throw on TV and like snack. Truly, again, never been happier. And we had a specific crab dip from Price Club, now Costco, and it was with these pita chips. And I just have my Christmas memory is not eating the pastry, licking the fucking leftover custard out of a bowl, and then when my family was gone, coming back and eating like crab. I ate the whole fucking, like, I got yelled at.
You went crazy on sauces.
I went crazy on just creams.
Yes, exactly.
Like, I don't even, and that'll show you the system of a fat child didn't affect me at all. I took that my stomach's chin was so strong back then. I probably shit solid somehow, even though that's what I put in my body. Today, I'm done for weeks if that happens.
Yeah, it'll take you down. But there's something primal about the idea. It's like, because it's all the same type of food, whether it's solid or not. But when it's like just a cream, it's almost you going like, I can sit back, I can slurp this. I don't have to work the jaw. It's just going like, just give me the straight. Like I don't. I'm gonna take it in shots.
Jaw.
Exactly.
The jaw.
To this
my
day,
jaw limiting factor on calorie consumption.
Like, those fucking muscles. There's such a 3 muscles. I feel like nowadays when I bake, I rarely eat the final thing. It'll be like, this is just for someone else. But if I taste it at all, it's like in the process of making it. I'll have the batter. I'm like, that's good. That's it. That's all I need before it's solid.
You just know it's good.
Yeah.
You're on the next level, dude.
Yeah.
I respect that. What did you have? Were you like did you have a big family? Was it like tough to get in the mix with the desserts?
We had like a big extended family, which is shocking to me because my family is from Nigeria.
Yep.
And we moved to Plano, Texas. We lived in Irving when I was a kid, and then we moved to Plano, Texas, where I lived most of my life. And still, like, they'll have like alumni reunions, and I'm like, how are there that many people from your college around here? And it's like, I think there was just a big exodus of Nigerian people to Texas, to the point that now they're just like, all of your family and your relatives live within striking distance. They can come over, and I'm like, the house is fucking packed. I gotta just sit in my house for Thanksgiving or whatnot.
Oh, interesting. So it was like, because I mean, we had that too at our school. There was like a ton of Nigerians who just, it felt like it was like families.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, my stereotype for Nigerians is that they love college. Every Nigerian, like, truly,
what do you mean?
Like, dude, every Nigerian, like, every college in Maryland was like the foreign students there were so many Nigerians where I was like, dude, this is fun. These motherfuckers love going to college.
This feels like a selection bias thing. Just like a lot of Nigerian people here. But it's also like, well, white people are here too.
Yeah. Well, there were no Greek. I guess I'm thinking of like pure ethnic groups where I would be like, there would be like a handful of Greek people. Like, we didn't see any Albanians over there. Like, and like the Nigerian like student groups were always fucking lit as hell. They would always, and like on like kids I went to high school with, who then went to like my college, they like knew a shit ton of people from, and they weren't from Baltimore, and I was like, whoa, this is fucking like, and so I get why like a whole group just fucking comes, and then that they just have a community there.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing also, is like if you're moving to a new country, you're like, we have to go where other people like us are.
Yeah,
Which is also how people like get like sort of stick to religion in a way where it's like, we're going to church for no reason other than we need to be in a similar place than we were.
Totally, yeah.
But I feel like with Black and African communities, it is very much like your parents from the youngest age, just like whatever, do whatever, but you have to go to college. It's a source of like, you gotta do this to prove to other people, to prove to us, whatever.
Right.
And then past that, it's like, you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So I get the
well,
idea
it's like the immigrant. It's like the specific immigrant groups where it's like some immigrants come over and they go like right into some industries, and then some of them just like, we're fucking. Give us a couple generations, we're gonna, doctorates, all this other shit. Where it's like every Greek motherfucker I knew was like, we're gonna be contractors, we're gonna fucking work diners, like we're gonna and. I would get made fun of growing up because I wanted to go to college.
That's so funny.
Because they were like, we're working at our dad's carryout. Yeah. We already make fucking $3,000 a week or whatever.
4 years of their money. Okay. Do what? We'll see you back here after that.
They were like young as fuck with like Nextels and like, they were just like, because they were 14 and they were essentially like the weekend manager of a fucking restaurant.
I miss that. I miss the precocious young business boys.
Yeah, dude.
Like standing outside. I want to be walking around the city, seeing them stand around bodegas, just being like, hey, no, come here real second. I'm like, who are you talking? It's like, you are 16.
Yeah, dude, for real.
Get on your Schwinn.
They would like, I would go in, they give you free pizza, and they would admonish a worker who was like a grown man. Yeah. And they'd be like, the fuck? I told you. And I'm like, this feels wrong.
This feels crazy.
This feels fucking insane. It's
that guy should be like, I'll beat your ass. Don't talk to me like that.
It was like watching King we had so many King Joffreys, but their kingdom was like shitty crab cakes and pizza and shit like that. Yeah. And I just remember being like, this is wrong. The world, this is like, we have little tyrants. We have like,
it does not feel good.
Like pizza Nepo babies, essentially.
Yeah. If I ever saw a child be like, come here, to a grown man, I would just be like, somebody hit him. Yeah. I would be like, I think child abuse is okay. Now somebody hit this boy.
Well, they were so fucking spoiled. I mean, all those kids were like fucking spoiled. Everyone thinks that their kid is like, it was just so funny where in Greektown, it was like everyone was trying to be, it was all like almost like warring factions of different people, all just like wanting to have prestige within the community. There was no one was that. There was like one rich guy who like made a lot of money because the roof of his like machine shop collapsed, so he sued the place, and then he just invested it back in, and he became like a millionaire. But it was like, if that roof wasn't faulty, you're not rich either.
Did he have the energy of like, everyone bow down to me for like, he's like, I worked hard for this, and it's like, your roof fell in, man.
Well, he kind of became like he would be, and I remember going to like lunches, and this motherfucker's like having like local politicians come up, and it's just like that weird, you're like, oh, this is the lowest level of like not conspiracy, but like corruption or whatever, like the absolute lowest level of corruptions. But it was nice to dabble in it, I guess.
Totally. Do you want kids? This feels like a big jump, but I'm asking because I'm thinking, would you raise a kid in this city? Would you go back to Baltimore?
Yeah. Well, the community shit is really important. I don't know how you feel about it. Like, I don't know what it was like, because it sounds like you grew up in a big Nigerian community. Yeah. And like, I both hated and liked growing up around, like, well, those specific Greek people. It was like, everyone moved from different parts of Greece, and then they all had this like provincial villager attitude where Greektown, a shitty neighborhood in Baltimore, became like a village again. And they didn't want to explore the rest of the world. And it was like, or if the biggest idea of their world was like the nice suburbs of Baltimore. But the idea that they would do anything kind of different didn't really exist. They were, and I just didn't like that. But I do, and I'm not religious anymore, but I'm like, there's something to going to most communities are anchored around a church. Yeah. And there's something about the non-religious elements of that shit that's like, that if I could figure it out culturally, I want my kid, like, I almost
like
feel
a boys and girls club or something, but not
like that. Yeah. Like, and even part of me is also like, I came out this way because I went to church, realized it was fucking dumb. Yeah. And it's like when you start with a kid who's like, I don't want to tell my kid, God's not real. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be like, yeah, go to church. We all had to go to church.
You got to let them
figure it out.
Yeah. You know they need to stand up to you at some point and be like, I don't want to go to church. And you're like, yeah, great. Oh, you're here. Yeah, you caught up. Now I can tell you didn't have to do that. Anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. So, and who knows? I might be on uncle mode. I'm kind of built to be.
It's kind of ideal.
It's the best.
Yeah.
But I don't know, so many people around me are having kids and thinking about having kids that I just feel like my whole life I've been dragged into adulthood. I've always been the last one.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What about you? Would you?
I have always imagined myself having like one kid and being like, I'd be a really good dad to like a daughter.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't know what the fuck to do with a son. I'd just be like, what do you guys like? What do you want to fucking, I don't know. But I also feel like in terms of like where to raise them, there's sometimes that I'm like, it'd be great to raise a kid in New York. So it just feels like no matter what I do, like community is around you. You have to take the train. You have to be around people.
That's
it's not like I'm isolating you from the world.
Yeah.
I am like, it feels like it'd be good to raise them in LA, but it would just be boring and like a lot of work in a way that just feels... It's like the idea of like building community for this kid in New York is like you have to actively be like, I got to take you to this thing. I got to make you do this thing. I like the church thing where it's like I have to work it harder.
In this crazy age, Aura Frames keeps your family connected even when you're miles apart, making it the perfect gift to give. With Aura Frames, you can share photos and videos effortlessly straight from your phone all year long. Plus, get unlimited free photos and videos with the Aura app. Just connect to Wi-Fi. I have an Aura frame. I've got one from my mother. I send her a little updates from us on tour. Maybe I should get an Aura frame for my brothers and send them lewd photographs, perhaps of parts of Eldis's body they weren't expecting to see. That's the beauty of Aura frame. No matter if you're a traditional, wholesome guy that wants to send your family pictures of puppies and your kids, or you're a dirtbag who wants to maybe show your bare ass to your friends, Aura Frames makes that possible. For a limited time, visit auraframes.com and get $45 off Aura Frames' best-selling Carver matte frames, named #1 by Wirecutter, by using promo code Stavvy at checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code Stavvy. This exclusive Black Friday Cyber Monday deal is their best of the year, so order now before it ends. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. auraframes.com. Promo code Stavvy.
That's interesting because I always thought it was fucked up when a kid grew up in Manhattan.
Really?
Like, it just feels like it's not a place they should be around. Like,
Sure,
I just feel like on the island, you shouldn't allow kids after like 6 p.m.
Yeah.
You should get like waivers to go see Lion King or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And then and it's only good for Midtown and you have to go back. Like
an
Queens,
express train that's like back to your house.
Yeah. Child only express trains, and we gotta patrol those big time.
Yes, we have to.
The NYPD, instead of looking at your fucking phone and doing Candy Crush, maybe fucking make sure those stay child
They're
only.
IDing children on the board, and it's like, that was a trick. If you have an ID, get the fuck off here.
Yeah, you're right. Fuck. All right, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Maybe a trolley. That's kind of whimsical.
As with all of my ideas, the problem comes down to I forgot about fuck, that doesn't work because of I had a joke. I had a joke I used to do on stage where I was like, they should do a program at Disneyland where, like, because people get jaded and it's like you can sponsor like a child, like a poor child's trip to Disneyland where you're like their chaperone, you see through their eyes and you're just like, oh, maybe this is magical. And then I'm like, forgot.
Yeah.
Forgot that you can't do it.
You can't be doing that.
You can't do shit anymore.
You can't open up the whimsy. I think Bill Burr had a good joke about that where he's like, I was ruined just like going up to like a little chubby kid on the playground and mussing up his hair. He's like, you can't do that anymore.
You cannot do that.
You used to be able to be like, get out of here, you little slugger, and like, give him a little fucking tap on the back, and it's like a big pat on the back, but it's like, nah,
don't do that.
You cannot do that.
No.
You have to really be friends with the babies. That
Probably should have never been doing it, but also you
there's
used
something
to be able
that.
to.
I listen. As a fat kid that used to get mussed around quite a bit, I
Yeah.
think it did help my development somehow.
You think it made you more confident? You're just like, all right, I guess this is a thing people are gonna do.
I think so. It made me. It sort of. I was the. You're this. You're gonna get your cheeks pinched. You're gonna. People are gonna come up and kind of fuck with you a little bit.
Absolutely.
And I don't know. Was it positive? Was it negative? It made me more resilient.
Sure.
It made me know.
Did it make you more bitter? Where you're like, this is gonna fucking happen every time?
After a certain point, yeah. But you know what? It's good. It teaches you to stand up for yourself.
Sure.
Because at a certain point, I was like, all right, enough cheek pinching.
You started sounding like those kids at the pizza place. It's just like, hey, I don't gotta take this from you. It's like, okay, well, I'm still 35, so calm down.
Yeah. No, I don't know. So we'll see about Uncle Mode might be fine, but it's interesting you say you wouldn't know what to do with a little. You prefer a daughter.
I think I'm destined to be a girl dad. Like I think even in the way that I live my life, sometimes I meet a guy and I'm just sort of like, what was
the crew like growing up? Were you with a bunch of like? Do you have a bunch of bros? Was it like hanging out with girls?
It was like I had like a couple of good male friends, and then as I got older, it was like it is mostly women now, and it's like I think my best friends almost at every age past like 7 was a woman.
Interesting, cool, huh? That's so because like I've always just had this like bro. It always feels like being a dumbass bro is like the sort of like the default setting.
Sure.
And that like I always had like friends, I always had like very close female friends, but it does feel like, and part of it is because I've known my best friends for like me and Elle have been friends when we were like 5. Mm-hmm. And we just, I feel like I locked into a specific dynamic.
Yeah.
We were literally 5, and that like, it was me, Eldest, another one of our friends, and it was just like, I don't know. I feel like from a young age, that vibe of just like being fucking dumb as shit with your bros was just the absolute, the most like comforting, it just wasn't, I don't know what it is where it was like, and when we were little kids, I'm trying to think the first time, our friend
Do you
Christina,
feel like there's a thing of like, you don't have to perform when you're around your bros, and you kind of feel like you might have to when you're around girls?
Ooh, interesting. Yeah, maybe.
I feel like I always felt that a little bit, but sometimes it felt more like it's like, well, now I have to perform around the guys when it's like, well, I guess I got to do the guys, or I got to be like the dumb guy. I don't know.
No, that's interesting because I have met guys who have gotten attention, who either were comfortable around women, or the one that really sticks out to me is guys who were like always good with women and always had like female attention and weren't nervous around women,
right?
But didn't know how to make friends and were like more nervous around a group of bros. And they weren't even like, it wasn't like a cultural thing, right? It wasn't like this guy's like sensitive or into fucking, whatever. It was like, he was like a sports, he was like a run of the mill bro, but he couldn't get the respect of men in a way that he could get the attention of women. And I think that made him nervous. Whereas like, I don't know, I was always the flip side where it was like, I was the best at making friends. Yeah. Like I feel like being a good hang is my best skill.
Yeah, that's how I am now.
Totally.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, I was so nervous to talk to girls. And I wonder if it kicked in before puberty, but by puberty, forget about it. Sure. It was like, I think part of the problem is that it's like there's a general nervousness for most of my life around, and just not understanding. Once it became a thing where you're like, oh, I have to get girls to like me. Yeah. It kicked into like my social anxiety, and I didn't have that. I had no social anxiety before because I was like, I'm fucking great at being social. Yeah. But once it was like, get a girl to like you, it made me so nervous that it took me, I don't know. Like now I have a ton of female friends. Right. But I will say it still feels like the absolute Cro-Magnon, like just fucking dumbass caveman version of my brain. Yeah. It does feel like there is something about just being totally free that it's like you got to be with the bros on some level.
I get that. Yeah.
Where it's like, I don't know that that's true. Like, but it's just like a night where we're just getting high as fuck and, just completely destroying each other, saying the most mean things to your best friends. Yeah. I would feel bad on some weird, like, I guess, is it chivalry to have a girl around in those kinds of atmospheres?
Right, you're like, we should be protecting her from this almost.
Yeah, although there are definitely women who pass that test, but they're like lifelong friends who I've been through, we've been through so much with.
I think for me, and this is just theorizing, I think there was a thing where like as a kid, I always felt like if I hung with dudes, I would become like the butt of the joke or it'd be like, oh, I can't really like hang in the same way that, like, I don't pass the test in the same way that you guys do with each other. I don't have the same interests. Yeah. And when I hung out with women, it was just like, oh, I don't have to pass that test. And it became like a thing where it becomes like, it's so easy to be friends with women. And then it became a thing where it was like, well, now as someone who also dates women, it's hard. It's like, I can very easily make a friendship with a woman. And then it's like, well, now try and date women. Like, I don't know how to flip that switch.
Oh, interesting.
And then when I hang with men, I'm just sort of like, there's almost this thing of like, I don't care if you like me.
Right.
And it's
right.
like, I'll hang, but also ultimately I'm just sort of like,
You're free now.
Yes.
We're both free in that way where it's
Yeah.
like you lose that like those childhood anxieties. But yeah, it was just that's interesting though because you were like comfortable. What was your first approach? Were you like be friends with a girl first, then tell her you have feel? Like, did you ever?
I used to do that so much, and ultimately I was like, this is such a bad way to like. It's never once worked. And it's fucking. I'm Charlie Brown kicking the football, being like, this time I'm gonna hit the football. After a year of being friends, I think I'm gonna spring it on her. And she'll be like,
once
nope,
worked.
no,
That's awesome.
Yeah, and now it's just sort of like I will just. It's like if there's someone that it's like I'm interested in them and I become friends with them, and then very quickly I'm just like, oh, we're too friendly. Almost my brain shuts it down, just being like, you don't like them enough. You're friends now,
Yeah,
and it's comforting and nice. But I just feel like. I never the being friends thing is. I feel like it's something every guy has to try when they're young, and then quickly learn that it's like this won't work, and also they'll be frustrated.
Of course,
yeah.
Well, because when you're young, you're like, well, when do I tick off enough token? Like, when do I do it? And you just feel like, well, it's like girls are like video games where I put in enough time. I'm nice to them. I'm nice to them 15 times. They give me pussy. You know, and you're like, no, you have to actually talk about how you feel and like make it. Right. And they think you just want to be friends. It's not like some secret game that you get to just like unlock. You just got to be a fucking human being. But
it is also tricky because there are some times where it does feel like you reach this mutual feeling of like, well, we have become friends now. And because of that, someone feels closer and is like open to a relationship. But it is like, it's that thing of like every woman is different. And you can't really,
of course,
but it can't be from the get go just being like, all right, just hang around for a bit.
Yeah, lay in the cut.
Yeah.
You put in my time.
Yeah.
Yeah, although I've gone back to being like, maybe that's how I'll find a wife, you know, on some real romantic comedy shit. Like friendship. I
just hang with the bros. And it's like, hey, you've been hanging out with Rachel. Like, Rachel? Nah, we're just friends. I've never even...
dude, she's just at the office.
Yeah.
She's actually a fucking idiot, if you ask me.
Just because she smells good and always wearing that perfume and does this thing with her eyes whenever she's laughing. It's like, all right, okay. Well,
yeah, dude, I'm back. Maybe I'll open myself up to a rom-com.
Do it.
You know, that's the way to go. Yeah. That little rom-com lifestyle.
Like you can just opt into it?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, yeah.
Just be whimsical, make a friendship. Yeah. I got to think this through. Cuz usually I'm if it was a real rom-com, I would be the best friend. You got to have a fat guy as the best friend.
Sure, yeah.
Kind of although I guess that's what Hitch flipped. It made the fat guy the star.
But he also was the best friend.
He's in true.
It's
that
like,
is true.
Yeah.
Schrodinger's fat best friend. He's both the star and the fat best friend.
Yeah, the shallow Hal.
Yeah, the shallow. Now there's some cinema right there. It's insane that was like the Jack Black. Also, Jack Black was fat. Why didn't they pick a sexy guy? No disrespect to Jack Black. He's a hot fat guy, of course, and we don't badmouth. You know, the plus size community here. But it's like, he's the guy that was shallow? He's the guy that wouldn't fuck a fat lady? Why? I don't believe that for a second.
It's so crazy also how like the message of the movie is sort of ruined by the movie itself of being like, and to show you that she's good on the inside, we'll have a sexy lady. Yeah. And it's like, okay, then you're not doing it. And then do you remember like how well do you remember this movie?
I don't remember very well.
There's a scene where like he has his power and goes to like this burn ward full of children who have been like horrifically burned, and he sees them all and he's like, oh, they look great. Like, these are such nice kids. Why are they here? And then he realizes he's in the burn ward, and it's like, oh, they're all actually ugly. I see. And that's how he that's like the third act twist of like, I learned my lesson because the children with horrific burn scars are actually they're like look fine to me.
Yeah, they've opened my eyes to realize the girl I've been seeing is a pig.
Yeah.
Thanks to these disfigured children.
And they also have like Jason Alexander has like a tail. Like a prehensile, like pigtail. And now when I think, God, even just saying this, I'm like, at some point in this movie, someone should just been like, will work.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, there was so many of those moments that it just became like dazzle camouflage.
There was
too much.
Yeah, they're just like, it's like, look, we got to get this in, or people won't watch it at all, and so we'll try and like backdoor our message in a little bit, and everyone came out of the movie just being like, bro, I'd fuck Gwyneth Paltrow. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, well, we tried.
Also, her, why would you make that choice? Why would did they put her in a fat suit, or was it CGI?
But who? Her?
Gwyneth.
I think it had to be a fat suit that they did.
Let's look it up. Let's look up.
Oh, I just assumed it was like they cast another woman as the bigger Gwyneth.
I don't believe so.
Which also now I'm like, that's awful.
That
Just
would
being
be
like,
tough.
You're gonna play the fat version of this.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
She did wear a fat suit. The 2001 movie. Wow.
insane.
Holy
God.
Holy shit, that's fucking crazy.
The lips
dude.
are crazy.
The lips, the chin, it's like, why couldn't she basically keep her face but plump it out a little bit? What the fuck? That's nuts, bro.
Dark.
That's fucking crazy. Was this before? This was 2001, so it's like 9/11 really reset a lot of stuff for us culturally.
Yeah,
This shit was not happening post 9/11. They're like, no frivolous fucking...
Yeah, 9/11 happened. Jack Black was like, we gotta respect our women, man. What are we doing to our beautiful queens?
That's fucking insane.
I feel like
That's fucking insane.
the worst thing
bro.
is I think we're like 5 years away from this kind of thing coming back in a way that we don't really see until we're then 20 years out.
Interesting.
Where it's like, oh yeah, no, after COVID and the Trump presidency, we went really hard on this kind of thing.
Interesting. What do you think? Like what? Because everyone seems to be. I don't know how true it is, but people are saying woke is coming back in a big way, which I would love. I would make the trade off.
Yeah, that would be great.
I think it's very clear that tattletales. Society was better when it was ruled by tattletales instead of actual militant. Like it's not an equivalency. Like Bill Maher was like, okay, we just need the left needs to stop with their woke nonsense, and the right needs to stop with their slide towards authoritarianism. It's like, are those the
Those are
same
two
Bill
different-
Maher?
yeah.
Are those really the fucking... Can you just admit you're wrong?
Yeah.
And annoying people who are a little annoying and a little sensitive, it's better if they rule the
100,
country
yeah.
than if fucking guys...
people you can ignore, by the way.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
hey, you put your gun down. You shut up.
Yeah. Shut up, nerd, and go
Yeah.
about your life versus like, put the gun down.
The
Please
thing
take your
about-
mask off. You have to identify what part of the law enforcement you are, and then you get butted in the fucking head.
Yeah. The thing about people complaining about woke is always just like, it's the same thing as that like Tyler the Creator tweets like, how is cyberbullying real?
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
close
yeah.
the computer. I'm like, just don't listen to them.
For real.
And it's like, I want you to listen to them, but also if you don't, you can
No
live the
big
life that
deal.
you want.
Oh, no issue whatsoever.
They are not in power. The trans people telling you to respect their pronouns are not in power.
Yeah.
It's not this
No,
authoritarian thing.
No.
Yeah.
We're literally seeing motherfuckers just disappear people off the street.
Yes.
So I don't know. What do you like? I guess I'm trying to think culturally what the shift will be, because that's interesting. You're saying like silly shit that we find problematic, or what do you think?
I think it's going to be like in 10 years' time, we'll be like, I can't believe we let that happen so many times.
Interesting.
But I don't know what that thing's going to be. It's
Interesting.
like,
Yeah, because right now, what are they even? I mean, I don't even. It's hard to even say what. You know what it might be is like overly serious television, like Prestige. Like Prestige
Yeah.
TV a little bit has gotten to like cookie cutter-ish a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe you see that with all the like Yellowstone clones or whatever, like building out that. I mean, culturally that seems a little, like, yeah, who knows? Maybe how serious everything got. Hopefully there's this is comedians hoping that shit gets funny again.
Sure,
that
yeah.
they actually make comedies, but who fucking knows? I don't know. That's an interesting question.
they make one a year and then they're like, it didn't work.
Didn't work out
so
that well.
We're not going to do it. We're going to go back to
Naked Gun was fucking good though.
Fantastic.
Naked Gun was really good, and
My fear with that, though, is that everyone's like, oh, great, then we'll do more like parodies and like just do it the
Yeah.
wrong way.
or like parodies or like legacy seek, because like
Yes.
the whole point of that was like they took that into consideration and it made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. The parody movie, although I gotta tell you, the Wayans getting back in the mix for Scary Movie.
Yeah.
That's got me fucking pumped, bro.
Cautiously optimistic.
I cannot wait. The Sinner scene, how long do you think that spit is going to be that comes out of her mouth?
Oh.
They're gonna do such a long, I'm calling it. She's going to spit into his mouth with the weirdest, longest loogie you've ever seen. It's going to spit. I feel like they already did that in a movie. That's why it's in my head. I feel like there was a spit gag. But yeah, when you give the Wayans back, Scary Movie, bro, I'm so pumped.
Yeah, what are the things? It's like they're gonna have kids running around like in weapons. They're gonna have. It's also like so many big horror like
long legs. They'll have long legs in there somehow.
It's been so long that I'm like, will they do Get Out, or it'll be like that happened too long ago? Like
maybe. Yeah. Who knows? But that's gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen him. I can't wait. We are the biggest fucking Wayans. We are the biggest fucking Marlon guys in the world on this podcast.
You know they're still in form and ready to go. I feel like Marlon's made like 18 other like horror spoof movies since he stopped
I've watched all
that's
so
true.
The ones that he was like, I'm doing them myself. One that was really it was really Annabelle heavy. Annabelle, I think he fucked Annabelle like twice. I think there's like two, like getting your dick sucked by Annabelle.
That is the kind of thing
that.
where it's like, you're like, I'm not gonna wait for them to let me do my big one because I can't do an Annabelle thing and that. It's like people will forget by Annabelle. I gotta do. There's
Annabelle texting him pictures of her tits.
Of course.
He also did fucking what's this
paranormal like.
No, the sex one, the like with Dakota Johnson. He did 50 Shades of Black, I believe.
Yeah.
Which was a fucking banger.
It's wild to me also, like,
and it was
in hindsight, all of these sound like they would be direct to DVD. I'm like, no, these all had theatrical releases.
Oh man, that sweet 4% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Golden.
These are fucking bangers. The way I feel about Marlon.
There's a guy named Michael Titties in them.
Who's Michael Titties?
He's got no character name. If you cast Michael Titties, you're like, you can just self-title. He's playing himself.
Michael motherfucking Titties, bro. Oh,
director.
And Sextuplets. Remember that? We watched that on my brother's bachelor party. He just did a one where he plays all 6 that no one's heard of.
I was about to say this is the first time I'm seeing that in my life.
I'm telling you, we're Marlon guys.
He was like, I gotta do my clumps.
I gotta do my clumps.
That's great.
And he plays. There's a fat sister, I believe. There's he's
doing Little Man again. There's a baby.
They're running back Little Man.
Great.
They're running back Little Man. He does like, I guess, a Redbone version of himself.
What year was this?
I think it just said 2019.
That's too late.
No, dude, it's all. That one was direct to Netflix.
Molly
I believe.
Shannon, Glenn Term. Okay, the cast is great on that one.
Dude, it was fucking good.
Folks, running a small business, the tasks are never ending. Now I get to mostly focus on my art. I'm a podcaster and thespian, let's not forget. But I used to do it all. Sell my own merch, edit clips, post my own stuff, book my own shows. If you're running a small business, finding the right tool that not only helps you out but simplifies everything can be such a game changer. For millions of businesses, that tool is Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S., including us. We use Shopify to help us sell our merch, our calendars, our T-shirts. They are the best. Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing, returns, and beyond. Turn your big business idea into sales with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/Stavvy. Go to shopify.com/Stavvy. Shopify.com/STAVVY.
So Michael Titties, it looks like, is a Marlon guy.
Yeah.
Looks like he shows up in all Marlon
Makes
stuff.
him laugh. He's directed them, it sounds like.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I would love to sit down and have a long talk with him about. I mean, I remember this because it was my brother's bachelor party, and I think we put on one Marlon Wayans movie as a joke, and everyone was kind of like, oh, this is fun, we'll smoke weed, we'll have it on the background, and then like, we're like, all right, let's fire up Sextuplets, and like, my brother's friends who were like not our guys were like, "What? You're gonna watch another Marlon Wayans movie?" We were like, "Hell yeah, dude!"
That is a moment where you are like, it's the kind of moment where you're like, "Oh, I thought this was a safe space to do that," and they're just like, "Whoa, we thought it was ironic, and this is sincere."
Yeah, well, they were they didn't think it was ironic. They were at first they were on board as like, "Oh, this will be funny. These guys are." You funny guys, they have good taste, and so it was bad. Obviously, it's like not good, but we love watching Marlon. We'll watch him do anything, and so they're like, "Oh, that wasn't so good. Let's watch something else." And we're like, "Nah, we're watching sextuplets, man."
There is an entire kind of movie though like this that I think is made to be good in a group, and I think people think of it like that's an ironic watch, and it's like no, it is the kind of thing where like. If you sit there watching it alone critically, like you're gonna be like, this sucks. But the joy is like this sort of audacity that you're laughing with friends, you're high a little bit, you're just like, that's fucking crazy. That's insane. Yeah. It's like they have fun making it and you have fun watching it in a group, and that's like that it's the symbiosis of it being like it's not good, but it's enjoyable in certain scenarios.
No, that's a great point. That like we don't give comedies meant to purely entertain credit. It's like they know this shit isn't the smartest jokes of all time.
Yeah.
But they also know it's gonna fucking kill.
Also, is there any comedy in the history of the world that you are like, I'm gonna sit down and watch alone at home and it kills?
Right.
It's
right.
Not really.
Yeah, I mean for me it's probably like like I'll watch new episodes of comedies I like, but the only thing I probably will I'll throw on 30 Rock, I'll throw on Eastbound and Down, probably. But even then it's like more I mean, we're talking about the best shows of all time.
Sure, yeah, you know? And that's even with TV. I'm like, is there a movie where it's like, I'm going to watch this alone in my house? And it's like...
That's a good point. Probably, the last time I did with a comedy is probably Night at the Roxbury because I loved it so much. And I was like, let me see if this holds up.
Yeah.
And brother, it did. I tried to get like a screening. I tried to do a screening of it at this film festival in Baltimore, but they couldn't get a film print of it. I'm sure it doesn't even exist. I'm sure they burned every film print of Night at the Roxbury. But if someone can get me 35 millimeter Night at the Roxbury print, I need it for my private collection. That was for real like a huge movie for me.
I've still never seen it.
It's pretty, I mean, it's funny, and it's also a funny artifact of like, whoa, this is when they thought Chris Kattan was going to be the star and Will Ferrell was going to be the supporting actor.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's kind of a hallucinatory experience because you're like, wait, Will Ferrell just goes away and we follow Chris Kattan? This is fucking insane. And for that, and then it's got like hilarious Richard Grieco cameo, Dan Hedaya just also plays their dad.
Yeah.
The dad in Clueless, they just get him to be the fucking dad. He's the man.
Yeah.
Molly Shannon's very funny in it. And it's just it's so stupid. I feel like it's probably like 74 minutes long or something crazy.
Every
like that.
SNL movie, they're like, wrap this up.
Yeah, they're like, this is barely a movie.
Yeah.
This should have been 20 minutes if we're being honest with ourselves.
It's because it feels like they started as a sketch and it's like, make it a little longer. And it's like, we don't know what to do. This is all we got. We got 70 minutes for you.
You do that 40 times. You start with a 2-minute sketch. You're like, plump it up a little.
Yeah.
And you just do that 40 times. And it's like, all right, I guess it's a fucking movie. Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
But yeah, I made my father take me to see that in theaters, literally, because I was such a fan of the sketch as a boy.
like, I hope they do the thing.
Did you have any sort of cornerstone comedy movies, or like just movies in general? I mean,
the two big ones to me were Ocean's 11 and Hot Rod.
Yeah.
Those are like,
oh, dude, Hot Rod's another one I saw in theaters.
God, I wish I was introduced to it in college. Just like some friends brought over a DVD and they were like, "This movie's awesome," and I was like, "Okay." And I remember just watching it and like slowly smiling as if I was discovered, just being like, this shit's pretty good.
Dude, it's so good.
Every time I watch it since then, it's like, it makes me laugh the same amount. I show it to people and I'm like, this is fucking, you can't do this. This is insane.
Yeah.
And it's one of those movies where if you break it down, it's like, he never successfully does a jump.
No.
The plot is so bare bones. It's that he wants to beat up his dad. It's like every level of it is so brilliant and funny and insane.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm so with you. That movie was I would watch the director's commentary of that shit.
Yeah.
That was actually the director's commentary when I learned how old those guys were, because they were the Lonely Island guys. I used to follow them when they were on, just off the internet.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm a kid. I'm like in high school or whatever, I think, when it came out. Maybe I was graduating, and then I was in college, and I'm like an open micer, and I'm like, well, I guess I'll be famous in 3 years. You know, like that's what's going on in my head. Like, oh, I'm crushing these open mics.
Yes,
barely doing okay. You know what I mean? But in my head, and then I hear the director's commentary, and I think like Sandberg in 2007 was like in his 30s or some shit. Like probably like when he got like look up how old Andy Samberg is. Look up Andy Samberg age.
He's 47 now.
So yeah, he's like 10 years older than me. So he was like, so yeah, I don't even know. Maybe I got the DVD in college or whatever. Or I guess he's 11 years older than me. But either way, he was like 30.
Yeah.
And when you're a fucking teenager, that's the oldest anyone ever is.
Yeah, you're just like, I have to wait that long to make it?
It's like, what?
I think he was also maybe on SNL at that time, but it is just he had to work to get to that point.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the movie wasn't a hit, so you're like, fuck, if that isn't even like it for him.
Yeah.
And he's on SNL. That's the biggest thing in the world. You're like, well, shit.
No, I was, because they just mentioned how old they were when they got to make the movie, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
But they're yeah, exactly. They're on SNL. Same thing with like when I realized how old Mulaney was when he did his fucking half hour. He's like 24 or something. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's
I'm
also
fucked.
You only hear now of the ages that it's like miraculous that someone did a thing. Like everyone now being like, PTA was 26 when he made Boogie Nights, and it's like, yeah, everyone kind of did things when they were younger back then. It's hard to compare. But now it's also like you hear about like a 22-year-old that's starring in a Fox show, and you're just like, God damn it, I'm really fucking up. And it's like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
It's hard to not think that all the time.
It's like, sorry, man, you're not one of a handful of people that was incredibly lucky and had incredible talent.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, big fucking deal.
Yeah.
You can't compare yourself to that.
Sorry, you're not the son of Channing Tatum or whatever.
Yeah. And luckily, fuck, who gives... it's nice being like old and mediocre and not really giving a fuck.
Do you feel like at where you are in your career, you're like, I'm doing good, or like you've made it? Yeah,
dude, I passed every dream I had.
Yeah,
like I just wanted to headline shitty comedy clubs.
Yeah,
I wanted to make $72,000 a year with no insurance and play Magooby's Joke House and fucking every Funny Bone and every like. And it's been very surreal to be like, oh, fuck, what do I do now?
Yeah.
You know?
And you're like, I guess I'll do Begonia.
Yeah.
Which I saw, by the way.
You saw
Great,
it?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck
fucking
yeah,
loved
dude.
It. Yeah.
I'm really fucking excited for that movie, man.
No,
that's what I'm saying, though. It's like shit like that has started happening where I'm like, what?
I think there's something to it. It's like... that stuff happens when you are not someone who is trying so hard for it to happen.
Yeah, true.
And I think the people who are like, I gotta make this... it sometimes just feels a little like... it's almost like, you want it too much.
Totally. No, there's definitely like a classically trained fat actor who's going to watch that movie and like shoot like and take a picture of my headshot to like a gun range.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, well, this fucking guy?
Paul Walter Hauser making a dartboard with like, not me, huh?
I'm coming, PWH. Your fucking reign as the fat guy in Hollywood's coming to a close, motherfucker.
They're going to only be one at a time.
Exactly. No, there has to be a coup. There's got to be a fat actor coup. I'm taking the top spot. But yeah, dude, it's fucking crazy. But, it is interesting how things have gone because it's like, I mean, same thing for you where it's like you should do a bunch of shit. You get to do a bunch of like interesting creative shit, and that's what is fun about comedy right now is that there's no like system that you thought was gonna happen, but you get to do a bunch of different shit, like
and I have to keep reminding myself that like I'm so lucky to be doing what I'm doing because there are times where I'm just like I'm not doing what I thought I'd be doing or like I want to be doing this instead, and it's like people always ask me like, well, you've made it, how do you get, and I'm like, I don't think I have, but when everyone thinks you have to at least accept it a little. It's like when people are asking you for advice or being like, how do I get there, and you're like, I don't know, I haven't made it. It's like you kind of have.
You definitely have. When it's like, I mean, the first step is making a living from it.
Yes.
Right? That's number one. That's really when you don't have to do other annoying shit. That's number one.
Yeah.
And then it's like, it's just like a different like landscape than when we grew up where we were like, oh, I'll be on TV. I'll have my own show. I'll fucking do whatever. But it's like so many people interact with your shit.
Yeah.
And people, you also have the hard part is a little bit, it's like you don't really have any control of how people look at your stuff, what they even know you from, you know what I mean?
You have no control. Like there are times now where people will just be like, oh my God, the guy I know from this thing also does this. And I'm like, yeah, I've been around. I've lived 30.
Guy.
I've lived for 33 years. Yeah, I've done other stuff.
Guys can do more than one thing.
Yeah. And it's like, the way that people interact with you is never about you. It's about their perception of you.
For sure, for sure. And you have to just kind of accept that and be like, all right, who gives a fuck as long as I don't have to go to a fucking shitty office.
Right.
I don't fucking care. Let's take some of this beautiful expertise to our callers, Demi. And let's, here at the halfway point, if there's anything you'd like to plug, a new special coming either soon or it's already out. We don't know yet, folks.
If it's past, I think November 19th, I have a special that's out right now on Dropout called Demi Adejuyigbe is going to do one backflip.
Hell yeah, dude.
And the entire premise is I'm going to do one backflip. And there's 59 other minutes.
I love that shit, dude. Yeah. So go see Does He Do It, folks.
Does he?
Only one way to find out on Dropout right now. Or soon.
Yeah. Or something's happened and they're like, hey, we can't put this out. There are 3 options.
Yeah, or he killed himself doing the Dropout.
Yeah.
You just fell onto your head. They're not going to air it.
Yeah.
But, we'll see. Only one way to find out.
That's true.
Did he survive?
I won't tell.
Did Demi survive the attempt at a backflip? What do we got, Big Eld?
Hey, Stav, eldest esteemed guest. Appreciate you taking the call. So I've had this issue with one of my buddies. We've been friends for, maybe 5 years, something like that. We've gotten pretty close over the 5 years. We both have long-term partners, long-term girlfriends. We both live with our girlfriends. And recently, like a couple months ago, my buddy came to me and told me that he cheated on his girlfriend.
Ooh.
Now, he was kind of like bragging about it, which really turned me off from the dude. Just like shitty behavior that was, I don't know, kind of acceptable in our early 20s, but now we're, in our 30s. So that kind of turned me away from the guy. And then a couple months after that, his girlfriend called my girlfriend late at night, came over crying and just kind of unloaded a bunch of stuff about their relationship, how he's kind of shitty to her and all this stuff. So I guess my question is, and since that night, we haven't spoken at all. Like, we went from hanging out, a couple times a month, maybe once or twice a week even.
He has no idea.
To not
it's been kind of weird after I told him that awesome story.
Probably jealous.
I'm sure he's busy or jealous. Yeah. He'll get out of his system and hit me up to play Madden soon.
Once or twice a week even, to not speaking at all. And it's been about 2 months. My question is, do I just let that friendship die? Or is it my responsibility to be a good friend, step in, check in, kind of see what's going on with the dude, see if there's a path to redemption? I don't know, kind of stumped here.
Interesting.
Appreciate any advice. And, love the pod. Thanks.
Did he say how long they'd been friends, Eldest, at the beginning?
He said about 5 years.
Yeah.
So they're friends for 5 years, and their girlfriends know each other through, so it's not like they're friends through the girlfriends. They've been friends.
Yeah, they've been friends.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
I feel like there's definitely an option between let the friendship die and like check in to check like how the friend is doing, because I feel like the ultimate thing is as soon as it happens, it's like you kind of want to go like, oh, I don't think I'm taking this in the way that you want me to.
Yeah.
Or it's like, I don't think this is cool.
It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dude.
Like cheating is one thing, but like the idea of like bragging about being like pretty cool just feels like a bad read of your friend and also of your own self.
Right. That's the thing. It's like, look, is cheating on a partner a fucking like you got to excommunicate someone? Not necessarily. Context really matters.
Yeah.
And like, look, like sometimes you have to decide, are your friend, does it really your fucking business what your friend's relationship is? Sometimes it is, right? Like if they're a close friend and they come to you and your life is like interconnected and you care about the partner and whatever. But look, I have friends who I'm not very close with, that it's like, I don't fucking even know what's going on with their relationships. And ultimately it's like if a friendship is like kind of tertiary or like, I'm not gonna get involved on everybody's fucking morality, whatever the fuck. But this guy thinks you're a scumbag. That's the crazy. Like, this guy came to you like, dude, isn't this awesome? We should go cheat. Like and almost like you, like he was expecting you to be like, hell yeah, dude.
Right,
Let's go cheat on our girlfriends together. And it's like, this doesn't seem like a guy who, if you had this kind of reaction to him judging you this way, you guys are just not aligned at all here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is not a guy you want to be close with.
It's
I
also
don't think.
it's also that thing that women say where it's like men need to check their friends, where it's like this is one of those scenarios where it's like if a guy comes to you just being like, pretty cool, huh? Like your gut is to be like, I don't want to rock the boat, I don't want to make him, but it's also you got to be like, I don't know. The least you got to do is be like, I don't know, man. I don't I don't love that.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, look, that he might not give a fuck at all, right?
Yeah.
He might just go be like, all right, well, I'm going to go find cool guys to hang out with, right?
At which point it's decided for you. You're
Exactly.
like, all right, not my friend.
But you're right. It's like, if this is something you feel strongly about and it's a close friend of yours, you should be like, look, man, it's not fucking cool to cheat on your girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like,
and then when she comes to you complaining about the relationship, that's another moment where you should turn to your friend and be like, hey, you really got to, it's like, she's clearly unhappy. Like, you've done this thing. It's like, there's no way for you to be impartial. Just like, who knows what's going on? It's like, you know the score. You kind of got to be like, dude, you're fucking up. Let her go or fix this.
Yeah, I mean, I think the element for me is that clearly their girlfriends are friends if she's coming over. This seemed, and he says they've been friends for 5 years. We don't know how long their relationships are, but we can assume they're pretty serious relationships where it's like your lives are sort of intertwined in like a double date sort of friend group way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you. Judging all this, you should have been like, first, like, you probably care about his girlfriend where you're like, it's one thing if it's like your like best friend comes to you with a confession about cheating on his like significant other who you're not as close with, and he has like, he's coming to you as a friend for like support, like, I fucked up bad, how do I fix this, what do I do? And it's a completely different thing where this guy comes looking for a pat on the back because he's fucking up not only his relationship, but also probably your social life.
Yeah.
Like, now you kind of have to lie to this girl. You know this secret. He's put you in a fucked up place. This feels more like you can blow up this friendship, and you can even be like, hey, man, this is why we're not friends anymore.
Yeah.
Because, like, there is something to being like, it's not fucking cool to cheat, and it's not cool for you to fucking put me in this position, and you shouldn't. If you feel this way, you should fucking, break up with her.
Also, don't you kind of want that from a friend? Like, a friend who's going to be honest with you and be like, this thing kind of sucks. As opposed to just, like, quietly being upset with you and you being like, what happened? And then later being like, well, it's this thing you did 3 months ago. It's like, I didn't know.
100%.
Yeah.
That's one of the nice things you would think about friendship, is that, like, you could just be, that's what you want, just be being honest. Cause
my best friends are the ones who'll just be like, I think it's weird that you did this. I'm like, thank God. Thank God you said that.
That was fucked up, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I don't know. And again, we're not, this show, we're not even prudes here. We're not even necessarily anti-cheating, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. Like, it's not, I don't
You're
really.
like, give me more of the deets.
Yeah, but this situation in particular, it's like, we're probably much more forgiving of cheating than an average advice show. But at this particular one, just something's very off vibes wise with this guy.
It could be anything also, though. It's like, take away the aspect of cheating, and it's like your friend did something that you are uncomfortable with, and it makes you see them a certain way, and that has created distance between you. It's like, the answer is like, you got to talk about it. Like, I don't like this. Yeah.
That's a great point. That's, as a general rule of advice, address it, and either it will be too big a gulf for you guys to get across, or you figure it out and you move forward and you're actually better friends.
Watch our next piece of advice be like, dude, don't tell her anything.
Don't snitch.
Yeah.
Bro code, brother. In fact, when she comes up with problems, you say, that's not true. He treats you great. I see it. Gaslight her for him. No, don't.
Someone was hitting on him the other day and he was like, I couldn't possibly.
We were getting wings at the bar last Thursday.
What are you talking about? It was wing night with the guys.
Yeah, we're always
He
at
wasn't
wing night.
out there. Apple's tracking must be fucked up. I heard with the new the new phones and the aluminum, all the systems gone fucking crazy. You should go to the Apple store. Here's a gift card. Get yourself some AirPods.
Imagine working at a Genius bar and it's like someone comes up to you like, yeah, my boyfriend's been seeing at this spot and it's clear that he's not there, and you're just like,
yeah.
What do I do here? Okay.
Oh, okay. We'll reboot your phone, ma'am. What else we got?
Hey, Stavvy. Love the show. I have a question, and it's probably a pretty classic one, but my boyfriend has family things, obligations, birthday parties, meetups with his family, probably twice a week, or not twice a week, sorry, twice a month.
Okay,
and
a little better,
they're nice people, and I don't mind to go sometimes, but I don't particularly hang out with my own family that much, and I don't attend every single birthday party. We don't gather quite as much as they do, and I think that that's great, but do I have to attend every single one of these things? I feel like I get guilted into it and made to feel like a bad person for just wanting to skip every once in a while. I don't skip the big things, but I just feel like sometimes I'm obligated to go to these like little kid birthday parties, and I don't go to some of my own families. Like, my family just doesn't do that. So maybe I'm a dick. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks. Bye.
I wish I could ask them who's guilting them, because I'm like, if it's your boyfriend, that sucks.
Right.
It doesn't matter. If it's the family, it's like that doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I think this could be some classic like American person dating an ethnic person thing. This to me feels like, because this reminds me of what we were talking about, like growing up in like even though we didn't have a big extended family, like it was always someone's fucking birthday from church. Yeah. It was always, there was always a thing to go to. And to be honest with you, my default is I think that sounds kind of nice, right?
It does, yeah.
Like, even though, now maybe I'm a hypocrite because I have moved 4 hours from my family.
Sure.
And I don't see, and it's like maybe I'm being kind of like, oh, come on, that's nice, it's community. And it's like, if I had to do this, maybe I'd be going fucking crazy myself.
I think it's the thing of having to do it more than like getting to. Like when you get to opt into those things, be like, oh, I'd love to see my cousins. Oh yeah, I got this thing for him. Like, that's fun. But when it feels like a thing, it's like, fuck, I can't miss that. It does start to feel like
and
this.
I get it, but it's also like, who's guilting her? It's probably no one in particular, right?
Yeah.
It's probably overall people don't really give a fuck, but like one person will say something every time she skips it, and it just feels like the collective is guilting her.
If that is the case, I'm like, you kind of just gotta accept that that's like a comment they'll make, and it doesn't mean anything. And if it does feel like it means something, then it's just sort of like, accept, like, that's part and parcel of the relationship,
right?
But you deserve to not have to do those things. I don't think you're a bad person for not wanting to do. If anything, I would be like, you're gonna hate me more if I show up to all these things and I feel like I have a bad attitude because I don't want to be there.
And also, it's like, do you have reasons not to go? You know what I mean? Like, because you could have shit where it's like, oh, you know, you're busy, or you have your own, you have your own thing to do, and like, you also at these things, you just kind of need a general excuse. It doesn't even have to be like airtight.
No.
And I know what you're saying, I shouldn't even have to worry about this if I just would rather be in my house than fucking eat shitty pizza and watch my fat nephew on a bouncy house. That you shouldn't have to admit. You shouldn't have. You shouldn't need
not even her nephew is the thing.
Yeah. Your nephew-in-law or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Is it her husband or boyfriend?
Boyfriend.
Oh, boyfriend.
That's another thing. This is a boy. If it's a husband, I understand a little more of it being like the family's just like, you're committed. You're in this family. Why not?
But that is the thing here. If it's a boyfriend and it seems to be getting serious enough where you're expected to go to these things, certain families come with certain bullshit, right? Like, so you might marry into a fucking run a 5K on Thanksgiving. My greatest nightmare. The family that does a fucking
If I married into a family like that and they were upset that I wasn't doing the 5K, I'm like, I would be like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm supporting you so much. I'll be at the finish line. You're not making me do that.
Still, though, because you're marrying into that family, you're going to end up running more 5Ks on Thanksgiving than you ever would have otherwise.
100%.
And if you marry into this family, you're going to end up going to more annoying little kid birthday parties than you ever would have otherwise. And so some of this is like you have to decide. I mean, if this just might be how his family rolls, and you might have to know that you give in to certain things, and compromise is usually where shit like this lands, where you're not gonna get to go. Gonna have to go to more than you want, but you're gonna miss more than his family wants you to.
Sure.
And sort of nobody's happy, but I do think when you're looking at being serious into like a family, it is important to at least sort of maintain like the cultures and traditions, because you don't want to be like, if it's really important, you just have to take that into consideration. Like, okay, I have to do this bullshit.
I feel like she probably hasn't even like told him this shit. He just assumes like, oh yeah, family thing. You'll come. We'll get some food. Blah blah blah.
Right.
It'll be great. It's like when I started like, when I was dating like my wife years ago, I like, it was kind of tongue in cheek, but she would be like, oh, this nephew is having a birthday thing, or these friends are doing like a brunch, and I just straight up have been like for years been like, am I on the hook? It's like just ask what you're on the hook for.
Which is also like a good closeness to have with someone you're dating, and being like, let's be honest, be honest with me.
Right.
Do I have to do this?
That's a good point.
I'll go if you want me to, but like, is this one like important?
Yeah.
Or
Put it on
am
the
I gonna
scale.
be like the only guy there and a bunch of little kids or some
Right,
shit, or
right,
like
right,
are the other boyfriends, husbands, whatever
Right.
going?
That's
like,
huge also. Because
yeah.
if it's just like, I'm the only one that's not in this family at this engagement, it's like, then what the fuck am I going to do?
Totally.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point, Aldous. It's like, let's open up some dialogue. He might not even give a fuck if you go. We don't know. We don't have all the info, but that's really good. It's just be like, hey, I'm not going to all these fucking kids' birthday parties. So let's pick the ones let me know the ones I absolutely need to go to.
Yeah.
And different families have their, and she says, I don't skip the big stuff. It's just, and look, hopefully this is also, little kid parties do change, right? Like at a certain point, the kid's fucking 12.